Welcome, everybody.
We're live.
Welcome back to another episode of Hawk Talk.
Hawk Talks.
I'm Landon.
I'm Yoali.
I'm Alex.
And we're here with the impacts and the ugly side of social media.
The social dilemma, basically. But yeah.
Well,
Both.
should we just go ahead and jump right into it?
Jump right into it.
What's your perspective on social media as a person?
Very good to start off with. Do you want to go first or do you want?
It doesn't matter to me, honestly.
Social media, my perspective of it, it's a good, healthy place, but it's also very bad and more bad than healthy. I don't really think it has that much healthy stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a lot of negativity that kind of goes along with it, especially for like influencers and then younger people that look up to influencers are just holding themselves to standards that are not realistic and stuff. So my opinion, I think it's a very toxic place.
What about you, Alex?
My perspective on it is just, I think for especially like us high school kids and young college kids who are trying to figure out who we are as a person, but like we also, like who Ali said, we also hold ourselves to a high standard, and we also look at all these other people who have all this, but we don't have all of it like they do. So it's just like
we hold ourselves to an unreasonable standard.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that it's bad for us high school kids and young college kids who are trying to figure ourselves out and trying to figure out who we are as a person.
Correct. I agree.
Wow. That was something right there. But
that was the deep talk.
Me personally, I find it more of a negative side than a positive. Now, obviously that there can be more positive, but I feel like a lot of people use it in a negative way because most people take it and use it as like a fighting way or whatever, but like, or starting way and starting something with people. And that's kind of the negative on it. But positive is like you can talk to people on there, but you can make friends on there, and then you just don't know the effects that it can lead of that relationship that you can build.
Correct. I feel like that's where I was trying to say where it's kind of good. Like you can build bonds, whatever, friendships, but then the negative side, of course, of that and the effects.
Another negative is we spend too much time on our phone personally, and we lack the social connection as everybody else does.
Yeah, that is one thing I've truly noticed. Like this generation has truly like just completely forgotten how to conversate or how to hold a conversation, how to just be like one-on-one in-person communication. Like, you know, I don't know if I worded that right, but this generation lacks it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Because like I could be at basketball games with my family or friends, and I see kids who are around my age or even younger who are always on a device and not even paying attention to a game. Yeah. So I just feel like we're always have our head on a device or something.
We're not in the moment. We don't. Yeah. We take everything for granted for how much
we do not appreciate.
We act on our phones.
The little things in life that really do matter.
For sure.
From your perspective, okay, how does social media affect your mental health?
Okay, Alex, I'll let you start off with that one.
Okay. I feel like for me, it's just, I just spend a lot of time on social media instead of getting things done. Because I could have a list of things that I need to get done. For like, if I need to clean my room, I procrastinate on spending time on social media instead of actually getting stuff done that I actually need to get done, and that I end up suffering the consequences of not meeting my goal that I needed to meet. So just I feel like I spend way too much time on social media than I actually do doing other stuff.
A lack of social media being that we don't get the things that we need done in order to get further in life.
Correct. We don't spend enough time doing the important things that matters to our future and just in life in general. I feel like it really, like, social media for sure did affect my mental health for a while, right? Because, like, it's just a really negative place. It's not a good place to be sometimes, because it can just be like, you can just see a lot of stuff that
I mean, especially with like the
messes
last
with you.
election.
Correct.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, politics too,
It's
like that.
Politics, you know,
Yes.
you got teens in themselves. You have just world things and world problems
Right.
that are going around, and there's nothing that we can do to pretty much fix it.
Fix
I
it.
mean, necessarily there is, but I mean, is there really though?
Right. I feel
Yeah.
like social media honestly runs throughout our lives consistently now. Like, there's not a place where social media doesn't really take place, you know?
I mean, everybody has their own opinions. It's just
Yeah.
we live in a world now to where, oh well, if your opinions don't match mine, then why do I need to associate with you?
Yes, that is
So-
very
Yeah.
true.
And I feel like that's where social media plays a big factor in it.
And it just really affects teenagers, young adults, and their mental health, because it's not the best place to be. When in reality, we should be spending more time doing stuff that we like,
Mhm.
or doing hobbies, going out with friends, spending time with your loved ones, like, you know, stuff that matters.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Well, speaking of which, why don't we check our screen time?
ooh, we're getting into screen times.
Yeah.
I can't really check mine, but I remember mine, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
So
You guys go ahead and pull those up.
let me go ahead and check mine. If you don't know how to check your screen time, if you have an iPhone, you go to your settings app, you go to the second section where there's screen time, and it has an hourglass picture. You click that, and then you hit see all activity, and then you can see how often you are on your phone.
Yes, it tells you a lot of data.
But for Android, Samsung, I have no idea.
Yeah. go
So
ahead.
for Android, you can go to your settings and then scroll down all the way to application manager. And when you get there, you should see
We're
Continue.
back.
We're back. Continue. But yeah, okay. So yeah, screen time is available on Androids and Samsungs as well, and all those devices. So everyone is capable of checking those. You guys should go ahead and pull those up as you listen to us.
My screen time, I'm on my phone 6 hours and 25 minutes a day. And that's just my weekly. I mean,
It's honestly not bad.
but the number one that I've spent most time on my phone in the past week is Instagram in itself. I've spent
Instagram.
11 hours and 8 minutes on Instagram in the past week.
Really? I feel like that's where I spend less of my time ever.
Well, because it's just the
main.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you just want to know what's going on, but now we just can't tell because, like, what is there? If you see news on there, how do you know if it's real? How do you know if it's
I don't
fake?
know if it's fake.
You know,
Correct.
it's just
You really don't know what's real and what's fake on social media.
untrustworthy.
What is your screen time, Alex?
in the last week alone is like an hour and 45 minutes alone. In the last week alone,
Last week, an hour? Or
like
okay, I see.
Oh, daily.
daily. The last
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, sorry, I got confused a little.
goodness.
But honestly,
was-
my top one is like definitely YouTube, because that's where I spend a lot of like time watching like either a movie or past, sports clips and stuff. So that's, yeah, YouTube's definitely a top one.
What about you, Yoali?
Okay, last time I checked, which was yesterday, it's really bad. Honestly, I'm so embarrassed to say it. Like, I don't even want to say it. But the daily it was 11 hours, right?
Yes.
Say that again.
11 hours. That is
was
very,
scary.
very bad. And I was talking about it yesterday to them. I really don't understand how that kind of happened, because I feel like I'm always at school or at work. And like, I don't know, I just don't have as much time as I used to back then to be on my phone. I honestly have really disconnected from social media a lot. I only use it to, like, if it's something important to communicate to someone, right?
Yeah.
Then sometimes I will, like, be on it, obviously, but not as
Well,
much.
yeah. Hence
Of
your
course.
your
Screen
almost
time.
12 hours. So But what is one way that we can cut back on our social media use, or just cut back on our screen time in general, in your perspective?
For sure. I feel like it's just more of putting yourself into that, like, self-discipline of being able to put down your phone and do something productive or spend time with the people around you, because I feel like it's just a lot of self-discipline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is, I get it. I understand it's like addictive to try to pick up your phone, be on it the whole time. But I think you just really have to practice self-discipline. Put it on Do Not Disturb or something. Like, don't, so that your brain doesn't hear the notifications and want to have to grab it. Obviously, it's not going to be like the easiest thing if you're really like addicted to picking it up and watching it. But I feel like it all goes with self-discipline for sure.
What about you, Alex?
I feel like for me personally, I just feel like I need to put like the timers on each app that I spend a lot on. Which, like, for YouTube, like I said, I spend like an hour and a half on it at least. But I feel like if I put like a 30-minute timer on it, that will like help discipline me more of just putting that down and just like focus on what really is important to me and just focus on the end goal.
Well, in an article by Pew Research Center, as of 2019, a third of American adults and nearly half of those ages 18 to 29, say that they are online almost constantly. Now, that's just 29 alone. Now, think about it now.
Now.
Okay? That's really something, you know?
Yeah.
But the realization of that, it's the, like, wow. We really take our time for granted.
Yes, when we pull up statistics and everything, it's just sad because it's like, wow, we could be using that time for better stuff.
Yeah. Overall, the last thing that we have to say is we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
It just depends on how you live yours.
It depends on how you decide to use your time, because we all have the same 24 hours. There's no excuses of I don't have time for this and that. That's just called procrastinating. You know what I mean? And it all just depends on how you use your time.
Mm-hmm. Hours we spend on social media or other apps or just on our phone in general, we could have spent that time becoming an expert at something or just learning how to do whatever.
Correct. It just depends.
Alex, you got any final words?
I can't think of much, but honestly, I don't know.
That's a great answer right there.
It's a grand.
Join us right back for the next podcast that we have, and have a great day.
Have a good day, Red Hawks.